What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Gaming with Bare Hands. I am Bare Hands, and today we are looking at Clash Royale as usual. We've got a deck here with the Musketeer, Elite Barbarians, Rocket. I know you're sick of the Elite Barbarians, but you know what? Clash Royale has done this to us. We've got the Miner, Minions, which is a pretty sweet combination. We've got the Rocket, which I haven't used a whole lot of. I don't know if you guys have, but it is actually a ton of fun to play with. We've got the Furnace, which we fight a lot of level 11s, and so the Furnace really needs to be level 9, okay? It really needs to be level 9 where I am, but we're actually making it work most of the time. It can still work under-leveled, it's just really hindered, okay? So we get a huge handicap on the Furnace. If we fight some level 10s, though, we're going to be okay. Kind of the idea of this deck is to get your winning moment right at the double elixir point. You can get it sometime after that, but you don't really want to rush in the beginning with this kind of a deck because you can just get that win after the fact with the Rocket. Why compromise at all any of your towers when you could spend most of the game playing really good defense and then clutch out that tower with a 1 crown victory near the end, near double elixir with that Rocket? What we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple of games that I have played with it where I found success, and then we'll jump into some live games so you guys can watch me either win or lose. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, this first game against Kigo, I really like his little sun symbol he's got there, is an interesting game. He's playing with a chip cycle deck, so he's got all of the goblins. This guy's going to love when the new goblin comes out. I just know it. I know it in my heart. Kigo's just dying for that new Dart Goblin. We have the Furnace going down here. As you can see, the Furnace doesn't do a whole lot to the tower because it's only level 10 Fire Spirits. We're going to be able to log out his Princess, and this game is kind of like, what side are we going for? Can't really decide. He's going to throw his Spear Goblins down over here, then his regular Goblins down over there, then we're going to go ahead and throw our Musketeer over here, and then deal with the stuff over there. And as the chip cycle deck is going to kind of find a tower to start wearing down, I'm going to go ahead and counter this Valkyrie Musketeer with my Elite Barbarians, allowing the Elite Barbarians to get some swings off before the Valkyrie makes it back to her, okay? So that kind of just stalls her in the middle there. We're going to log out the Princess. Not a whole lot of damage on the field at this point in the game. Still just kind of feeling out his playstyle. I don't know he's got the Elite Barbarians yet. He's trying to chip down our Furnace because he really doesn't like Furnaces. I really think that was a waste for him because he could have just chose to push the other side and allowed our Furnace to just waste itself. So we could have been wasting 4 elixir every time we played it, but he was actually answering it, so that's okay. He's going to go ahead and throw down his Valkyrie here, and I'm going to kind of do a fun Rocket on the Musketeer Valkyrie. A little late because the Musketeer still gets a hit off there, but that was 8 elixir and we countered it for 6. So I thought that was a pretty decent trade. And it's just really fun to use the Rocket on defense. It just seems silly. He's coming in with the Elite Barbarians. We're going to throw our Elite Barbarians down off to the side. And then it's just kind of an equal trade there. Then we're going to have our Elite Barbarian running. And his Princess is going to just kind of shut that down with the Spear Goblins. Now we're going to go ahead and throw the log. Miss the front Goblin. Come on! And then the log is going to kind of chip some damage off on the tower. So he's actually done more damage over on our left-hand tower. Again, answering our Furnace here. But I'm not worried at all. It's kind of like, yeah, we've taken a little bit more damage, but I'm pretty confident once we kind of get going, we're going to be able to develop a much better push. We go ahead and throw down the Miner. We've got a Fire Spirit running towards the tower. Fire Spirits do a ton of damage, and that's why I like the Miner Minion combination, because if we have the Fire Spirits working behind that, you can get huge amount of damage off on the tower. Then we're going to log over here on the Princess. That log was a little bit early because we could have snagged so much more. Using our Elite Barbarians and a Zap spell to make sure he doesn't get too much damage off on the tower. Our Minions for his Miner. I think this is a pretty solid game so far. We both are doing a pretty decent job of defending. We both are putting in some well-tampered attacks, not investing too much elixir, so we're not getting caught off guard. And then this is kind of where we want to step it up here. We're going to go ahead and throw our Musketeer down here, our log. He's coming in here. Now check out this play. I've used too much elixir. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for his stuff to come over to my tower, soak some damage, but then kill all 3 of those units. 10 elixir for the 6, and yes, we did soak some damage, but that allowed us to do some serious push over on the right-hand side. And now, all I need to do is get around to my rocket, okay? So, let's go ahead and just set up a nice little defensive push of units here. We don't want to extend too much, and then we're also going to need enough elixir for the rocket. So I'm just playing, I'm going to make him use elixir to counter over on the right-hand side, else he loses, which I thought was pretty nice, and then our rocket is going to be able to take that out. So, excellent game. I really, really enjoyed that game, because it was anybody's game, and it just, I think that rocket on the Elite Barbarians and the Valkyrie there won the game, even though we soaked a ton of damage to make sure that we could get all 3 of them. So maybe a little greedy, but also I don't think we could have won if we hadn't have killed all 3 of them with the rocket. And so, excellent game, Kiko. Stay strong, man. Hope to fight you again in the future. Alright, this second game here against Neptuno. Portugal Royale 2. Hate to see the guys in Portugal Royale 1. He's going to start right out of the get-go with Elite Barbarians, and so that's pretty decent. That allows us with full elixir to answer, and we're going to do a mirror answer with the minions and the Elite Barbarian. And I'm thinking, hey, cool, you got the same deck. Wrong. He's got his Ice Wizard. So he's going to throw the Ice Wizard down here to kind of cancel all of that, and we're going to just set up a furnace here to just keep the Ice Wizard busy for a couple of volleys, let our tower tip it down, and then we're kind of just sitting here in a defensive position. He's going to use his Fireball on our tower and furnace, which, that's okay. I'm okay with that, but when they Fireball the furnace, that usually tells me they're running a defensive structure targeting unit like the Royal Giant or the Hog, okay? Usually, I don't really see Giant players doing that a whole lot, because they'll just start the Giant off in the back and then kind of let your defensive structure wear down. So I kind of knew he was going to run either Royal Giant or Hog. He throws down his Royal Giant. I'm prepped with Elite Barbarians because I was aware of that, or at least I anticipated that. Then we're going to go ahead and throw our minions down here a little far forward with the minions, because it would have been better if our minions were killing his Mega Minion while it was targeting our Elite Barbarians. But a little bit of a misplay there. Not too bad. Our Elite Barbarians they were just like, well, we're oblivious to the air. Let's just go kill the tower. And so it's always really impressive to me, and one of the reasons why Elite Barbarians are everywhere. They're literally everywhere. I was talking with some people about this, and actually there are plenty of videos that even say the same thing. The Elite Barbarians are pretty much dictating how decks are made these days. You either have to run them, or you have to base your deck, a lot of it at least, to defending against them. And so here we go with the Elite Barbarians hitting this level 12 Royal Giant. Our log is not going to kill that bomber, normally wouldn't. This Fireball is going to kill our Musketeer in one hit, and now we like this setup because he's still got to take out one of our towers. We can be just really careful with our Elite Barbarians on his Royal Giant, and we can just throw some little pushes off there to force him to use Elixir and not allow him to build up too much of a push. He's going to come in here with the Royal Giant again. We're going to go ahead and throw down a Musketeer, our Elite Barbarians, probably the log as well, just to stop the Royal Giant from doing a ton of damage. His Fireball is just brutal right now, killing that Musketeer, but we're still staying strong, killing this stuff. Here comes his Elite Barbarians. We're just going to hold off, take a hit, and then go ahead and rocket the mess out of those shirtless wonders. They're gone, and he's going to run out of time. He's going to go ahead and throw down his Royal Giant. We're going to do our Elite Barbarians, and then probably the smartest play would have been to play the log there, but we're out of time. And so, excellent game there against Neptuno. Good playing, just managed to surprise with the Elite Barbarians running under the flying units and taking out that tower. They have a lot of surprise moments. They really do. Have you seen this? The Jungle Arena comes out with the Dark Goblins. Cannot wait to try those Dark Goblins in some decks. Maybe just push the Elite Barbarians to the side. Just to the side for a little bit. Frig, you know I'm talking to you, man. Get those Elite Barbarians out of here. Just cannot wait. Live in the Bare Hands studio, Michael against Bare Hands himself. Starting off with, what I'm going to do is throw down as we build up Elixir here. the miner. And then if he counters with a large amount of units, we can throw the rocket down, not what we're looking for. So we're going to be able to throw a musketeer down here in the back to deal with those minions. He's going to throw a mega minion down. So I'm going to wait, look around my finger there. Go ahead and play the furnace when we're not at risk of there being a fireball on both of those. And yikes! Okay, let's go ahead with the minions. Hopefully they target the mega minion. They do not target the mega minion. That's okay though, this is pretty much dead. The tower takes out the mega minion. And now we've got Elite Barbarians on a counter push. Let's just get this log ready, or the zap spell. Probably the zap spell for... He does not have skeletons. Okay, no skeletons. The minions are going to go ahead and clean that up. I'm not too distraught about how that went down. I'm going to throw the... he doesn't have his minions anymore, so let's see what he counters here with. Throw them. Go ahead and... No! My disastrous play! Okay. Let's not sweat. Kill. Okay, we soaked a lot of damage there for that mistake, and we're learning as we play with the rocket. Don't play the rocket on the Elite Barbarians because they move so fast unless you could get some seriously wonderful timing there. Alright, Furnace. He's going to throw down his big ol' Rocky Golem here. I would have liked to push the other side at this point, but... Let's just go here. Elite Barbarians. Musketeer off to the side. Musketeer's going to avoid that log. Let's go ahead and zap these minions. We missed the minions. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful plays. Beautiful plays here on our side of the arena. Let's go ahead and log. He's going to be able to zap out those. That's okay. Oh, no. Push it. Oh, we don't hit it. Oh, my goodness. He's going to fireball. He's not going to kill that. He's going to be able to ice golem. Excellent log on his part. Taking that out. We're not going to get enough damage over here, and all he has to do is hold off for a little bit longer. We sacrificed and spent way too much elixir at some point, allowing those Elite Barbarians to come in, and this is what I'm talking about. If you don't have the defense up and ready, the Elite Barbarians are just going to walk over you. They're just going to crush you, and that is a prime example. We will be better next time. We're just more defensive. We just got to play a little bit. We got a little hasty that game. All right, game against Edgar and blank space. Let's play extra defensive this game. Let's go ahead and prep up with our Furnace. Let's throw it on his right side. Furnace here on his right side. He's going to throw a wizard on his left side. Our right side. What is the right side? Okay, that's interesting right there. I'm going to go like this. Boom. Tank and spank on the wizard. Because we made somewhat of a mistake there by placing our Furnace too close to the river. Get a hit off on that? Thank you. Okay. We got a nice hit off there on his Furnace. We haven't done or taken a ton of damage. Our Musketeer is going to mitigate the damage from the Furnace. Actually would have been nice to have gotten a... Oh, no. Okay, here comes the Elite Barbarians. Let's go ahead and rock it. Okay, that's how the rocket's supposed to work against the Elite Barbarians. Take them out in one hit, right? But now I need to prepare for the Royal Giant. Granted, he did... How does he have that much elixir? Level 12 Royal Giant coming in here. Let's go ahead and throw a log down. Boom. Knock it back. That's going to stop about 2 hits. And then we're going to eat through that Royal Giant there. And I don't know about this game here. I'm going to throw the Furnace down to prevent his Furnace from wreaking havoc. I shouldn't have done that. I should have let his Furnace just sit there and do nothing. But let's play it as if we're playing equal level Furnaces for our level, okay? Going to keep jumping into one another. Showtime. We're going to go ahead and throw down a Musketeer. So his wizard costs a lot. I don't think the Elite Barbarians were a good call. Let's go ahead and log here. Predicting his Elite Barbarians. Not going to throw his Elite Barbarians down. Our Elite Barbarian, though, is going to get some nice hits off on his Furnace. There we go. Distract the Royal Giant there. Our Musketeer is just having a heyday. We're going to soak a little bit of damage there. Throw this down, Rocket. Ow! That's a money rocket right there. Go ahead and throw the Miner down to force him to answer. Maybe he's not going to answer. Throw the Elite Barbarians down. Throw the minions down off to the side in case his wizard does come down here. Let's go ahead and log. There you go. Get up to the tower, Wonderful. Getting some hits off on the tower. Let's go ahead and prep up with our Furnace again because his Royal Giant will come in. Best make sure that his Royal Giant is coming in. Let's go ahead and throw our Musketeer down into the back. Let's go ahead and throw a Miner down over here. Now, he's going to Elite Barbarians. Is he? Is he? Okay, let's rocket his wizard. Elite Barbarians, his Elite Barbarians. Log his Royal Giant. How is this happening? How is that happening? And then zap his tower. Woo! Okay. Wow, I really thought we were going to lose that game, and man, we managed to pull that through. And there was one point there when I was trying to get that rocket in the right spot that I wasted a ton of elixir. And that's just going to come with practice with a deck like this. I'm going to say it again, I don't use the rocket enough to understand and just know spacing and where it needs to go and when it needs to hit and how long it takes to reach all the way to the other side versus over on our side. And I'm giving a lot of excuses for why I'm just a rocket noob. And make sure that you are protecting your towers until you get toward the overtime, because you really can use that rocket to chip that tower down at the end. Find moments when you could throw the rocket and take out their wizard like we did there, and then all you need to do is chip a little bit more damage on it, or you could keep using that rocket. A lot of times I see people throwing the Miner up to the tower. When people counter the Miner with something like the Bowler or the Musketeer, you could then throw that rocket and hit the Bowler and Musketeer and get a decent elixir trade. I mean, you're going -2, but you're dealing a ton of damage to the tower, and then you could use positive trades later after that on defense, kind of work your way back up for another hit like that. Now, I like doing that right in the beginning and then defending really well, but I've gotten burned doing that because, again, you got to just play with a deck for a really long time and get good at it. And at this moment, super stoked and excited about the new cards coming out. We've seen them like 2 months ago, and now we're just at the cup, ready to play with these new cards. Dark Goblin is going to be amazing. Maybe Dark Goblin's the new Royal Giant. Hello, chip cycle decks are going to be insane. Hope you guys are having an incredible day. I am. Thanks so much for stopping into this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. The support that you guys give me is immense and overwhelming. I really appreciate every single comment, every single like. You guys just show so much appreciation, and I really appreciate that. Don't forget to come back for more Gaming with Bare Hands. I will see you in the next video. Have an awesome day.